What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Today, we're going to be looking at this World War Hulk controversy. I did a video about this last week, having issues with how this news is being carried out on websites via certain websites in particular, and of course, being picked up by other YouTubers that have millions of subscribers that just run with this information when in all reality it is false information. We even have usually credible sources like ScreenRant.com running with it, and they were all running with it from the same website, the GWW website, where, again, as I talked about in that video, you have these individuals in horribly grammatical fashion discussing that a World War Hulk movie has been confirmed. They talk about having exclusive information, and they actually contradict themselves in that article because while they're confirming this film is a go and is expected to start production within a matter of months, they're also saying we don't even know if Marvel has the rights to Hulk when Universal does, and that is a known fact. On that video, I got a lot of comments. Well, not a lot, a handful of comments talking about the reason why this is a problem is because of Key Collector Comics app. And today, I'm going to set the record straight with you folks. And again, no matter what I say in my videos, I'm going to have people that jump down my throat and have a problem with what I say, no matter what. You all know that I've disagreed with some of the things that Key Collector has done in the past, mainly how they describe certain appearances and how they label certain books. And that's an industry thing. I've talked about this a lot. It's not Key Collector's fault. I disagree with CGC and CBCS and how other entities label their titles of not excuse me how they label their first appearances and so forth of certain books. This is problematic because we know that there's no official written in stone industry standard. But outside of that, I've never had a problem with what Key Collector does. They put in a lot of work to provide a database for folks, and I'm here today to let you all know what they do when news sparks up and perpetuates a book to become hot. So what was going on in the comments was, oh, if it wasn't for apps like Key Collector talking about this stuff just so they can sell books, just so they can get percentages off of their eBay clicks. Here's the thing. Key Collector, there's no fault at Key Collector here for why World War Hulk 1 is hot. All right. This category right here is hot keys. All right. So these are books that are currently hot right now for whatever reasons. We're gonna go through a few. You got Old Haunts #1 here. Why is it hot? Well, you can see it right here. October of this year, just last month, in production with screenplay being written. Right? You know what happens when things get options and go into production, all right? All right, check this out. X-Men '95. Why is it hot? Well, in October, it was rumored for Secret Invasion to be portrayed by Killian Scott. Unconfirmed. They're telling you why it's hot. All right, now let's go to World War Hulk #1. And this is a little bit here, but we're going to read it together. October 2021. There is a lot of online chatter that a World War Hulk movie is slated for production, but due to the Planet Hulk story already being told in Thor Ragnarok, we could only assume that a rumored movie would be in title alone if it comes to fruition. If the events of Planet Hulk lead directly into World War Hulk and serve as the basis for the motivation behind Hulk's revenge on the Illuminati, which was mainly to seek justice for the death of his wife and unborn child on the planet of Sakaar. If a World War Hulk movie is in development, the name alone will cause this issue to increase in value, but it is unlikely it will share much more than the actual comic story. Now, whether or not Marvel Studios can get the rights to Hulk under Disney, that is, whether or not Disney and Marvel Studios can start a partnership with Universal like they have with Sony, with the Spider-Man characters. That's neither here or there at this point. Whether or not any type of World War Hulk storyline, because, with the movies, they don't have to go according to the comic books. Just because, a bit of Planet Hulk was in Thor Ragnarok, it doesn't mean that, years down the line, Marvel Studios can kind of tell a World War Hulk story in a different way and change some things around, but yet still have it fit. We saw how they did that with Civil War. The point I'm trying to make here, and that I want you all to take out of this, is this. All Key Collector app is doing is explaining why the book is hot. But not only are they explaining why the book is hot, but they're actually being cautious to why the book is hot. They're telling you that we can only assume that this, if it comes to fruition. They are telling you that we're not backing up the reason that it's hot. We're merely providing you why. We're feeding you news, so to say. Their hot comic list here is basically comics that are already moving on the market, and they're simply reporting on them. That's all they're doing. Now, look, I know that it can be problematic because you have people that use Key Collector, whether they're subscribed, and they have it on their phone, and they're going on it every day or once a week or however they go on it, and they see this top hot list, right? There might be people that look at these books, they're going through the list. Oh, look, we got Hot Keys. All right, Old Haunts #1, X-Men 95, and they're going on eBay, right? Or they're going on Facebook Marketplace or wherever they're going to buy their books, and they're buying up all these books. World War Hulk #1. Maybe they're not even reading the details of why they're on this list. That could be problematic. And they live by Key Collector like it's a Bible, and whatever's on Key Collector, whatever Key Collector says is hot, we're going to buy it. That could be happening, and that could be problematic for the market. But guess what? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Not Key Collectors. Key Collector does as much as they can, at least from this example, of telling any potential buyer or potential Key Collector subscriber, take heed. Take heed. This is why it's hot, but this is what our thoughts are about it. So, I don't know. What do I always come back to and say? Yes, I'm all about holding people accountable. Every entity in this industry, whether it's databases and apps like Key Collector, whether it's grading companies like CGC or CBCS, whether it's comic book stores, whether it's big online ones or your local LCSs, whether it's YouTubers, we all need to hold ourselves accountable to a code of ethics to keep this community positive and thriving and welcoming for all people, especially new collectors and collectors of all sorts. But I always say that it's up to the collectors and the potential buyers to make smart and sound decisions. Educate yourself and do your due diligence. If you are coming on a Key Collector app and you are merely looking at these books just because they're on a hot list and you're going and buying them and not even researching price or researching why they're hot, that's on you. Whether it's because you're just so soaked into the FOMO or whether you got money to blow, the bottom line is that Key Collector is giving you context to this stuff. They're not even name dropping the website, and I like that. They're not even name dropping the website. And I believe they're doing that because they feel that, unlike me, who I put myself out there, and I'm fine with that. Key Collector, they don't want to get into the politics of it, and I understand that. By me name dropping the GWW, it kind of brings me into the politics of it, but I don't care because I'm all for transparency. To me, Key Collector not name dropping the website, the source, shows that they don't even want to be talked about in the same sentence as that source. So I'll end on this note, folks. Everything in this hobby isn't for everyone. Some people like Key Collector, some people don't. Some people like slab books, some people don't. Some people like variants, some people don't. It's all good. Some people like my channel, some people don't. But stop picking up the pitchforks and jumping to these fallacious conclusions of what a certain app is doing to the market. There is no market manipulation going on by Key Collector in this scenario. There is no questionable ethics going on. All of that All of those things are happening from other entities and other individuals that I already talked about and called out in that video that I did last week. So I'm not here to change your mind on Key Collector. If you don't, you'll never use Key Collector, you're not down with Key Collector, that's fine. But tell it how it is. Key Collector has done no harm to the market when it comes to the World War Hulk #1 book. The only ones doing harm are the bloggers that are sitting behind their keyboards, typing up articles that are filled with grammatical errors and using false verbiage like exclusive and confirmation. And right next to them is those big YouTubers and other sources that have hundreds of thousands of people looking at their videos and websites every day that are running with this non-credible source to spread this information. That's my video for today, folks. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Be kind in the comments, of course, be respectful. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Be well, and until next time.